Yo, so we're doing this. We're doing this live. What up, everybody tuning in right now? This is the first episode of our podcast. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we're doing it. We're doing it live. Here we go. So, my name, Spencer, but I go as Don Escalon. That's my artist name. You'll recognize on this channel, I have a music video called Truth. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave comments, subscribe, follow our content. Next, on the bottom, we have here Certified Shooters. His name is Isaiah. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Isaiah. Call me Zay. I own a production company by the name of Certified Shooters. So we're still growing, but we're making the best out of it, and everything is turning out well. So
Big facts, big facts. All right, top left, Alex. Let's go.
What's good, y'all? My name is Alex. I go by Wavy Ox, my artist name. Music coming eventually one of these days. And I'm also one of the co-founders of Centennial Impact Productions, a production company that aims to shoot commercials, short films, music videos, live sessions, you name it. We're still growing in everything, and we're on that upward trajectory of creating some independent media, but more on that later.
Word salad, but you get the point. All right, so let's get into our first topic. There's one thing I wanted to cover in specific. Was this guy who, and I follow him. His name is Eric July. He recently released his own comic book brand, and I want to say this for the record: he did not crowd fund his comic book company. He did it all by himself. He built up a following, hard work, years and years of hard work, and just staying true to the message. And after he released his comic book, at the first day, I think he made like 1.7 million. Right now, he's at 2.6 million. As per usual in the black community, Negroes were hating on him. They called him Sambo. They called him a coon. They called him all sorts of stuff. And I want to get into that with this video. So without further ado, I want to, while we're talking about the subject, I'm going to get the media box ready and I'm going to prep up the video. But I want us to see.
What is up, everybody?
Hold on. My bad. Let us look happen here. Number one black publisher disrespects him. All right, cool. There's the host screen. Boom, here's media box. All right, let's take a second. Let me share my screen so you guys can see this as well. Let me X out of that.
yeah,
Let me exit this one. I'm trying to find the Zoom screen. It's lost. It's lost to me. How do I find it? Forgive me, people who are watching. I am a noob, and I'm trying to find the screen. Found it. It's over here at the bottom corner. Okay, so I want to share screen. Boom. I'm gonna share this one. Boom, so you guys can see it. There it is. All right, here we go. I'm gonna full screen it. And I'm just gonna skip around because I just want him to get to the point.
And for the support, we're closing in on 2.3 million as of me recording this video, and it has been a special moment. Certainly for me, a special campaign considering what this means for.
Oh, by the way, fair use.
My life, my family's life, and the fact that I am able to live out my dreams, definitely as a comic book sort of publisher, owner of a company, and having so many people enthusiastic about comics, both new fans and old fans, and it's just been an amazing experience. And we will be soon doing our content series over at Rippaverse Comics, talking about like what's next, because you have to understand the scale of this sort of change, and it's a good problem to certainly have. And I wanted to, in this video, kind of talk about some things, and I want to, because it is centered around the success of the campaign. This was going to bring out certain folks, and we already knew that. And this has been such a I'll tell you what, this is going to be the only time that I really kind of address this right here. I think there's an overarching theme kind of here that we can address, so we can address multiple fronts, multiple things just by simply addressing this. But I have no desire to sit here and like have some plex with a smaller creative or anything. Definitely when that's sort of based on envy or the fact that they don't like that I'm doing things the way that they think I should be doing. Like I'm not, I don't really care for that. I got customers to certainly satisfy in that regards, and if they're going to have this sort of crab in a bucket approach, then that is certainly their business, and they're going to just have to do that. But I do want to address this and address it once. So someone brought this to my attention, which is very, very interesting. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at it right here. Y'all can see that. Yes, you can. So Black Sands Entertainment, I've never publicly said anything bad about what they are doing. Like I've been asked about them. You've heard people ask about them in my streams because they look at it like, well, these guys are trying to do some original black characters in their content and whatever. I've never tried to make an enemy out of them and or anything. So this was kind of out of left field, and it goes to show how deep sort of this envy stuff runs. And I knew that this was going to happen, that when we saw the amount of success that we saw, there were going to not only just be those that are so protective of the old guard, but there's also those who present themselves also as detached from, let's say, what a Marvel or a DC does. And they look at it like, well, that person's a threat to me, and they look at it like, well, I've done all this work and I've done all this, that should be me. And you can hear that or see that rather oozing out of what it is that they're saying, that they would somehow try to make an enemy out of all the things that would get people upset and irate, considering, you know, what it is that I'm doing is me starting a comic book company. That's certainly interesting. But he's made several posts certainly about me, and I just want to address kind of what this approach is. So first thing that I see here, this was what I saw someone share on my.
Notice the numbers here. Look at that. Look at that. 1.7 million in the first 4 days. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And he says, it says Eric. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
Those are simply undeniable numbers, you know? No matter what you think of anyone, when they accomplish that independently, you have to at least pay attention to that accomplishment and give them props.
Yeah, this is a black man, black wife, and they're trying to drag this dude. So it says Eric July's newly launched non-woke comic book defies cancel culture, brings over 1.7 million in the first 4 days. Come on, man. All right, let's continue the video. We're gonna get into this in a second.
On Twitter, I believe it was. And he says, Black Sands Entertainment Instagram, this is blue check marked as well, so it's not like it's some random page. Says, we always said there's a lot of money in the Sambo life. Interesting. The Fox News article, exactly what I expected. People will still argue with me that this guy isn't exactly what he's been for the last few years. So I don't know if he's been talking about me for the last few years or what, but Fox News covered the article. Is a pretty mild article if you actually read the contents of the article itself, and basically saying what it is that we're doing. It's really mild, but it's one of those things where, hey, the people that they like, or excuse me, dislike, or are told to dislike, are speaking about me in a favorable way, and that they don't like that. And I'm gonna bring that whole idea home here in a little bit, and it's gonna hopefully this guy can actually learn from what it is that he's doing, because this is a grave sort of mistake, and it's unnecessary. And he continues again. He says, I'm sorry, but if Fox News, Stormfront, 4chan, and others support a man, I absolutely cannot. Last time I checked, those platforms prefer annihilation and banishment of my race. Interesting approach. To those saying the Riververse is just like me, unapologetic, why do the same platforms have endless racist posts about my company and pure hatred, yet love him? Maybe that's something that you need to go address to them, if you think that there are individuals within whatever entities that you're talking about, none of which I control, by the way, and none of which have anything to do with my business. Maybe you should go take that up with them. But nobody's came at me about annihilating certainly my race or anything directly. I would deal with it accordingly if that was absolutely the case. So
Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there.
Dude, he just told everybody his agenda, how he feels right there.
Boom.
There's obviously hatred because he's not getting the same recognition for what he's done. And at the end of the day, your time will come. You get me? People, they get their blessings faster than others, and then there's really no doubt about it. You just have to wait your turn. And like he said, I'm not sure what his name is. Eric, right?
Eric July, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Eric, he's right. That's something that it's not his fault that you feel that way about these companies. That's something that you should physically, aim your, I guess you could say, your questions to. Like, why don't I get the same recognition? You know what I mean?
Well,
So I don't know.
well, Fox is a news publication, so they're gonna cover
Right.
they're gonna cover whatever they want to cover, and they're hating on the fact
Unless
that
you know someone.
well, right, but they're covering him because he's like he's not like anti-left. He's just like, leave me alone. I'm a libertarian. I don't go. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm just my own thing, and I want to do some independent stuff that's has nothing to do with that, and I want to just live my life. Like, he's on that agenda, and so this guy's hating on him just because a conservative platform covered him in a positive light.
But that's the crux of the matter right there, where it feels like there's a level of insecurity there. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
I may have my reasons for not fucking with that platform, though I have a feeling that they're pretty fucking shallow.
He gets
But at
into
the end
that.
of the day, you're
Yeah.
not getting the platform recognition that you want for your thing. So you can feel the insecurity kind of just bleeding from how he's even coming at it. Like, even if you have valid takes, if you come at it from that direction, you can feel that there's like self gratification and like jealousy there.
And you know what? I
Yeah.
just ran into that yesterday. So I went out to Deep Ellum in Dallas, which is like a place where a lot of like the independent jam scenes are. I went there. It was an open jam or whatever, and you could just get on and play your own song or whatever. There was a guitar there that was like off to the side of the stage, and I saw the guy who owned it. I was like, "Hey man, do you mind if I borrow your guitar? Because I want to play I just want to play two songs and whatever." And this guy, he didn't say it, but his friend next to him he's like, "You can't touch his guitar. He's famous." And I'm like, "He's famous? Like, who is he?" And he's like, "That's not for me to Google him." I'm like, "Google who? Like, what's his name?"
Right.
Like,
The man with the guitar.
yeah.
I want you to get a whole Google Glass out, scan his face, and put it in Google, nigga.
Right.
And that's the problem with our community. It's like, bro, like when black folks get a little bit of fame, little bit of something, they want to just let the fame go to their head. And I'm like, bruh, like, you're
Because
famous.
they don't have no foundation in the beginning. So when they finally get that breakthrough and they get that recognition for something that they have done, even if it's something small,
Yeah.
they take it and they run with it because they don't have any foundation in the beginning to say, hey, this is how you deal with this type of stuff. Be humble, chill out, calm down.
Well, my thing is this. Okay, are you famous? Because the justification for why they said he's famous is because he played with a bunch of people. And I'm like, okay, where are your records where you won Grammys? Like, are you famous because you played with famous people? Or are you famous because you created and manifested your own success? Like,
Exactly.
are you on billboards? I've
Fame
never
doesn't come. It doesn't come from that.
Yeah, but another thing is like, bruh, like, fame ain't everything, bro. Like, people are gonna remember you for who you are and what you did and the mark you left, and like, was this dude a douchebag? You know what I mean? Like, when you met him in person, it's
Yeah.
like,
I think that's a good point to touch on.
I've heard. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
That spot of fame and you have that acclaim, you should be looking to bring up people like yourself who are currently in the position that you once were in. You should be able to relate and understand that and be trying to uplift them, because that's how you grow a community. That's how you grow your community. You can't have this crabs in a barrel mentality of once you make it somewhere, you see someone who's in the same spot as you, looks like you, acts like you, and you're just like, figure it out like I did. No, man, that's not how we all prosper together.
Well,
That's
no,
not
no, 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 no. That's fine. Figure it out like I did is fine. Like when someone tells me to get it out the mud, respect. You're right. I should get it out the mud. I don't need no handouts. I can get it by myself. But what I had a problem with was how he's just like, get out of my face, peasant. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah, it's different. Yep, it's different.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, bro, you're you're not any type of elite. Like, I'm looking at this dude and I'm like, he's calling himself famous. I'm seeing the chick who he's holding, and I'm like, bro, my chick looks way better than yours. Like, I don't even want to go there. Like, you got the raggedy chick on your arm. You think you're famous. Like, we're not even gonna get into that. Anyways, let's get back into this video. But my point to that was to say that a lot of people who are in the so-called limelight are often not achieving the type of success they'd want, and when people do get successful in the way that they would have liked to, and they do it in an independent form, they can't stand it. They can't stand it because it's like, oh man, I had to sell out a little bit. I had to put on a dress. I had to do this, but he didn't have to do that, and then they get mad. So, any responses before I start it up again? Uh-oh. I think we lost him for a second. I think we lost you guys for a second. Froze. Check. Uh-oh.
Out there, man. I think you're frozen too.
Yeah, we're having connection issues. I'm gonna try to go direct. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't restart back up. Let me plug in direct real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. I'm just gonna take it out of the Xbox.
I think people are a little addicted to the idea of kind of like big dogging each other, which is, overall that's not productive in terms of like us all progressing forward.
Yeah, I get you. It becomes a thing where people feel, like you said, have to big dog each other. But that comes from, I guess maybe it comes from how we maybe perceive being famous, or how celebrities show how it's like being famous. I mean, how many times have you seen another celebrity chewing out another celebrity for something that they've done?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have the foundation, and that's all that you bank on, and that's all you're going to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's strange, and level-headed people will look at it and be like, are you serious? Like, just give a man his props and keep it pushing. Like be patient. Your time is coming. Like, it's all good.
I usually never get twisted with like how this is a whole different world that most people aren't particularly used to, and that's the idea of like what fame brings. I think a lot of people get into fame, think it's one thing, and then they realize the actual reality of the situation. It's like you're giving up a level of your anonymity. You are now under the scrutiny of the public eye. And I think a lot of people who become famous just aren't ready for that responsibility. They never mentally prepare themselves for getting into that lane. They're just like, oh, I want the glitz, the glam, the money, the women, the power. Cool. But are you ready for the consequences that come with that? Because there's no situation, no job or anything you get into that doesn't come with its downsides. At the end of the day, being famous, a job comes with its downsides that you have to accept if you're going to be.
Oh yeah. And it's a lot of downside.
A lot.
You're gonna because you're the moment that you become famous to the point where everybody knows you. Your life isn't your life anymore. Your privacy isn't your privacy anymore. So everything is just opened up for everybody to be in your business. Like people following you around, people just trying to watch. They're looking for you to mess up for the next story.
Yep.
And when you have people that's trying, it's like dang, like I can't do that,
News and Top really built on that. It's like, we want to see you fuck up, we want to see you slip up, we want to see you in your worst, because that's what people see. They love to see people fall.
They love to see it, and the reason why is because it makes them feel better about their situation.
Well, see, that's the difference. That's the difference, though, I believe, with like the type of Hollywood type dude I'm talking about and Eric. People who follow Eric want to see Eric succeed. That's how he raised the
Yeah.
$2.6 million, because that's how much
Exactly.
people want to see him succeed, and that's how much they want. And even more than just seeing him succeed, the idea of being able to create something on your own while not having to rely on the old guard.
Exactly.
People
Yeah.
respect it. They respect a lot more than the other hand.
What the other dude should be doing, he should be
Let's get into
checking
that.
his supporters.
Let's get in that.
I
Let's
feel
get
like he
back.
should be checking the supporters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let's get back into the video. I want to, because we're almost done with it. I want to finish that up. Let me go back to
Okay.
the media box. Boom. Let me share the screen again. Share screen. Boom. Share. Full screen. All right, let's get back into it.
So I'm not even sure where this man or this person that is controlling this post and willing to publicly do this has anything to do with it. It's stemming around, well, the people that he does not like for whatever reason is they speak about me positively. I don't know what he's talking about with 4chan and Stormfront. I've never talked to anybody over there or anything. Again, and this was one of the more interesting posts because it was the most irrelevant one. And let me refresh this because maybe something's going on. Hold up. Let's see. Oh man, don't go down on me now. Or did I get blocked or something? Did I get blocked as I'm recording this? All right, hold on. We'll get it fixed because I think I can get that post shown to you all. Let me try to get it, and we'll get what it is that he said. Yeah, I don't know if I got. It probably is just a bug or something, but it's fine. Someone took a picture of that for me on Twitter, and I'm gonna pull that up. Here it is, right here.
Let's mute that commercials. I don't want to get struck for that.
So this person says same thing, and that post that I was just about to click on says, "I'll just rest my case here. Believe what you want. My crew is all black. Everyone I affiliate with is an ally to black causes. You guys really championing a dude that goes out of his way to champion Kyle publicly." Now again, what does that even, like, what exactly are you upset that people are stoked about this? And then you show a picture of me and Kyle Rittenhouse. This is for those that may just be listening in. This was at Blaze. That was that show that me and Kyle Rittenhouse was on with me and Yaku that day. And we talked about really what it is that he had planned to do about holding media accountable in his own, like, kind of little effort and all of that. Again, pretty mild. And I guess me taking a picture of this with Kyle Rittenhouse was such a problem. But I don't understand how that has to do with, like, this whole allyship of black causes and all that. Ironically enough, this is coming from the man who, there's so many folks that still think Kyle Rittenhouse killed black people. One of the guys killed was just so loosely thrown around, the N-word, white guy, of course, pedophile, and all of that. And that's what happened, of course, out of that. And even when he got his first sit down, he was talking about, he supported Black Lives Matter and all of that, said Kyle Rittenhouse. And apparently me just taking a picture with him, and I don't know what he's talking about championing. I mean, it's just a picture here. What that has to do with anything. But maybe this is it, right here. Of course, we've seen a lot of support here, and there's another thing that I'm going to pull up right quick for you guys as I am doing this, because maybe this is why this person has some issues here. So as this wrong thing, that Instagram thing is apparently just not going to work. So let me pull it up here. Bam, there we go. That's what we want right there, that article. So I looked into this because apparently earlier this year, maybe this is what got this guy upset. If you go look on this person's Instagram as well, or this company's Instagram, it says #1 black publisher. That's something that they, of course, take pride in. And of course, he's bragging about everybody's around him is black. And then he talked about, I guess, everybody that's I don't know, maybe working with him, maybe the artists and what he's referring to are black or their ally, whatever. I don't know what that means.
Let me stop him right there. No, this nigga was the #1 black publisher. Not anymore. And that's why he's mad.
Damn. That's tough, man.
Was. That nigga was. And he got funding from Mark Cuban and Kevin Hart. This dude did it all by himself, but I'm going to let him explain. I'm just going to let him explain.
Considering the fact that, well, everybody that I've worked with have, some of them are black, some of them are not, various other races, and I never set out to just sit up here and do something specifically for one race or anything. It's about making good comic books and keeping people certainly entertained. And maybe that's why you had to do this. And maybe this is why he's mad. As the article says, Black Sands Entertainment secures $500K deal on Shark Tank with Kevin Hart and Mark Cuban. So you certainly don't have any issue getting invested or bankrolled by a rich billionaire white man, and you actually brag about all the corporate press covering you, and in your like Instagram bio, you've been on this Forbes and all this other stuff, and apparently that's certainly fine for you to do. But God forbid that Fox of all people speak about me in a positive way, and now somehow you take an issue with it. And this is the crab in a bucket mentality, as you can see. Talking about them securing something, 5% return from their brand, asking for $500,000, and it piqued the interest, of course, Kevin Hart and Mark Cuban. So if they invested in your company and all that, all right, great, whatever. You went on a show owned by a mega corporation, and what is it, ABC, and you got some money and whatever. I'm not knocking anybody for having to go that route or whatever, but you got to understand how not only hypocritical, but how goofy it is that you're trying to make an enemy out of me, someone that was not bankrolled in terms of what my aspirations were. I just put something out that got people interested, and yeah, they paid for the product. That's all that it did. I didn't have to go to an investor. In fact, that was one of the talking points on one of the trailers that I talked about, and that there's no external investors here. So the person that's bankrolling this company that you're griping about because Fox News, of all people, said something positive about it, is owned by a black man who is also married to a black woman, and you have an issue with that, and you're making an enemy out of that, which is goofy. Like, there could have been an opportunity for maybe even a collaboration effort, because again, I'm not knocking anybody in this space, and I believe that folks that just want to make good content, detached from maybe what the mainstream guys wanted. The old saying is, the soda rises and tide lifts all boats. That could have been something that you could have got from that, but instead you.
Let me stop right there. He just got cooked. Whoever this Black Sands Entertainment guy was just got cooked.
Hey, facts. Like, my boy Eric is hot. Like, you can tell like the passion from in his voice. Like, at this point he's livid, because it's like, bro, you picking a fight and I'm not even entertaining you. Like, I'm not even worried about you. Like, I ain't never said nothing bad about you. None of that. You just coming in my space messing with me.
Look,
I'm chilling.
Words to describe this, and they sum up quite nicely. Pride is the devil. It's what limits our opportunities. It limits our ability to expand and work together and collaborate. All just for the fact that you saw someone else doing something that you definitely wish you could have accomplished, but you went a different route. No shame to that route. But just because someone did it in the way they did it and got more success than you, doesn't mean you have to put them down. Reach out, collaborate, grow with them, become even bigger and help other people out. I mean, it just reeks of insecurity, the way he's kind of going about trying to, mess up someone's credibility with an out of context picture. It's like, it's really,
It's not even out of context. I mean, just because someone shares a different belief, because I kind of followed the Kyle Rittenhouse thing too, and the guy did clearly defend himself, and for some reason black folks do have an issue with understanding Kyle Rittenhouse did not kill black people. He killed like he shot 3 white guys, and I think he killed 1 or 2. I think he killed 1 of them. But still, like, I watched the tape a bunch of times. Like, I myself, gun owner, you come at me like that, I will either jujitsu you or I will shoot you. Like, hands down. I live in Texas. This is an open carry state. This is a constitutional carry state. This is why I moved here, is so I feel safe. You know what I mean? And I know if I defend myself, that I'll be taken care of by the law. You know what I mean? So it's like.
But at the end of the day, it's just an attempt to bash credibility, because one has nothing with the other. Bringing the picture into play to kind of like bring down the accomplishment, it's like, why? What's the point of that? Honestly,
What he's doing is he's trying to turn Eric's supporters against him.
Right.
right?
They know that Kyle like is a what he did, what he did, right? They know that, and he's hated for it by many, many people. And I guess by bringing up this picture, he was gonna be in the hopes of maybe, having his following gravitate away from him or something.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they already spent the money, they already supported them. What they gonna do? It's
Exactly.
done.
Well, not
It's
not
done.
only
So
that,
you
not
wasting your time.
yeah, not only that, but his following watches his show every day where he covers news topics like this. And the only reason they follow him like this is because they agree with his stance. So you're going to try to move
Yeah.
people who already agree with him?
So you just come off as a goofy.
Exactly. Exactly. Just came
so
off
goofy.
goofy. Yep.
You're wasting your time and effort to do something.
And this is what we were speaking on before about how when you start with that independent route and build your community based off of your opinions and beliefs and what you talk about, when someone does something like this, they're looking at this guy like, okay, and like we listen to his opinions all the time, and we bought the comic book because we respect him and his art and what he stands for. So it's like you're really just kind of screaming at the sky, hoping for it to fall down. Like,
And this is where I respect. This is where I respect Eric. He's not just catering his comic to a black audience. He caters it to whoever will listen. Whoever. Like, I'm not gonna isolate Centennial Impact Productions and be like, nah, this is a product made for just black people. Nah, fuck that. I want your white dollars. I want your Asian dollars. I want your Indian dollars. I want it all. I'm not isolating nobody's money. You are all welcome to come spend your money over here.
no matter what color you are, your money is still green.
Your money is good to me, man. Now, am I going to change my message because you're paying into my, you're buying my product? No, I'm keeping it true to the type of art I'd like to create, and I'd hope that you'd respect that it's that authentic.
That's why you signed on in the first place. You signed on for authenticity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what he's been dealing with for the past week. But I mean that's the negative of the success he's gotten. There's so much more positive. His goal was $100,000 for his campaign. He far surpassed that.
Yeah.
Far surpassed that.
Yeah.
To the point that the people who were working for him part-time are now working for him full-time. They have careers. He just basically started a startup company that is it's a real company.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Let's go, Spencer. Pull up the website.
Oh yeah. Let me get back to screen share.
That was very impressive, and again, it just shows the level of initiative and the ability to kind of push a startup and understanding that when you're in this early infantile stage, you're trying to grow and expand. You got to be able to capitalize off of that initial buzz to the best of your ability. I respect Eric July for doing that. Honestly, he has a very smart business mindset, and he is moving like someone who wants to move with longevity.
Yo, Eric on this video that we just watched got 132,000 views. Let's go.
Nice.
Let me make sure the audience can see this. All right, cool. So here's his website. Very, very well done, and that's kind of what I was aspiring to do with the Centennial website, and it will continue to evolve as we go. But oops, my bad. Let me control this side. So he's got the Riververse comics. You guys could all see this, right? So if you go down here, we're walking through view latest campaign. This is his first thing. I got the first edition. This is the A cover. I got two of these A covers. I got a B cover and a C cover. And I'm going to say this right now. The way he's doing it, so world class. So world class. Yeah, I would take this over DC or Marvel any day. Branding on point. Illustrations. Look at this stuff, man. He's got updates.
This
He's
is
got
fire.
Yeah. At first, on day one, his site was crashing like crazy because he may have not had enough servers or whatever to handle the volume of what he was getting day one. But, like, dude, like, It's really good stuff. So let's go to his first campaign, ISOM #1. So he's at $2.8 million, man. He's almost to $3 million. Come on, Eric, let's go. 31,000
crazy
total purchasers, and he's got 65 more days. Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
Wild, bro.
Come on, let's go. So I believe he sold out of, yeah. So, okay, here's what he's got now so far. Cover A is almost done. Like, you're probably not going to be able to get cover A's anymore. Cover B's, that's down to 13,000. I think he's going to 30,000 with cover A. So if you want to get one, act fast. And these are the unsigned ones. It's $35 starting out. So these people are spending $35 at a time. He's got bigger packages that he's selling, but these different items. So he's got these 3 covers. I got all 3 of these, the A, B, C cover. I got to get this hat, man. He's got a Riververse hat. Let's go. $28. He's got a poster of ISOM. He said he didn't fold it because, people like to put posters in frames, and you hate when there's the creases and stuff. He rolled this up in a tube, so it gets delivered as a tube. So that's dope. So there's no creases. Another poster. T-shirts. So he's killing it with the merchandise. He's got all these different.
It's a brand now. Like
it's
he
a
has
brand.
everything.
Yep. He's got trading cards, and they're not small trading cards like they're not like business card size. They're pretty sizable. You can get the cover A and B for $35. There's a little discount. You get a little $5 discount. $60 for the cover A ISOM poster. It's for the comic book and the poster. Same thing for all the other ones. So let's go to his more expensive stuff. Let's go to his more expensive tier.
This is impressive. He's setting up a whole foundation.
Dude,
like
$5,000.
He's attacking everybody, bro. He's getting.
Be canonized in the Riververse. $5,000. Sold out. Sold out.
Oh, so straight up collectibles now.
Straight up collectibles.
That's
Definitely.
bravo.
$265. 4 purchasers.
Wow.
This one, 338 purchases of whatever this thing is. 235. This thing right here, sold out, bro. Come on, sold out, sold out, sold out. Like, bro, this thing sold out. $300 for whatever that was. Like, let's go. He's killing it, killing it, killing it, killing it.
He put in the work.
So this is the future of what it means to be an independent content creator. Not just being on YouTube, not just being on Twitter, but being fully versed in whatever this thing is that we call independent media. Like, this is the future.
Yeah. One of the biggest things you have to respect about this is the ability to monetize your following. I mean, you can look at Young Ripper's page, and I think it's like 500,000, something like that. There are YouTube pages in the millions, TikToks and Instagram pages in the millions and billions, who can't even monetize a fraction of what he's accomplished here. And that just goes to show when you come at your audience with a genuine authenticity, with the intention of providing them unfiltered, straightforward art that looks to accomplish its goal, just being art, how much they will show out for you.
This just comes with putting in the work and putting in the time, building your audience while you're building your art. And that's why I say, for the project that you and I did, Alex, with Don Escalon, that's where we messed up. We haven't messed up all the way, right? Because we still have time. We're still doing it. Still building the audience. We have really great content that we want to release. Can't do it yet, but we will. We want to build the audience around having same common interest, which is we want good independent media, right? And it's not just, Eric July says this all the time, it's not just enough to be independent. You have to also be competitive with the mainstream. You have to be competitive with the old guard. If you're not competing, why am I spending my money on you?
Yep. And I think that's one of the things we actually did do right in our scenarios. Obviously, we made mistakes along the way, but at the end of the day, we did create something that is competitive. so that once we have the proper following who wants to invest in something that's competitive to what's in the mainstream right now, they're gonna eat that shit up. Now it's just the groundwork, you know. I think I explained to you before the idea of why industry plants are so distasteful to people in the music industry. To just hop out of the gate with an amazing project, super produced and everything, super fluffy, clean, pop friendly and everything, it feels disingenuous. It feels like, where the hell this person coming? Just being pushed at me out of the blue with all this money behind them. Where's the story? Where's the character arc? Where's you starting from the bottom and now you're here? How do I get invested if I see you at the end of your story winning?
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. I've gotten feedback saying, "Oh, this looks way too produced," and I'm like, "Bro, I spent my money from my own pocket to make this. Like, no, it's not overproduced. We're just good. You know what I mean? We're just actually good. Like, my pockets are hurting. I'm not being helped at all."
But that's the thing right there. People love to see those stepping stones to get to that place.
And that's why I wanted to start this podcast, is because I think people being able to see us grow at this stage, they're going to appreciate when we do release this stuff. Because I'm going to release things in between, right? There's still other content I could be releasing, you know, in this time to help build our audience.
Yeah, right.
But we need to get more involved in the community, and we need to create this community, and hopefully you guys could join us and follow us. We're going to be in the Instagram streets. We're going to be in the Twitter streets. We're going to be here on YouTube, and we're going to be starting the conversations. Eventually, we'll bring on panel guests, and we'll bring people from the outside to come and talk with us. But for right now, I just want to start the conversation around this focus thing, and hopefully you guys can grow with us as we're doing this show. So
this should be a space for creatives to come together and meet other creatives and grow together. That's what we want to foster. That's why we started this company, and that's the overall goal and mission that every creative should be pushing towards: growth and collaboration. If you're not doing that, then are you really a creative, honestly?
I don't know if you need collaboration as much as you need to, like, hone in on your craft. Because, like, today, it's like, it's not just honing in on your craft, but it's honing in on your craft while having the eyes on you. You need to bring the eyes and the conversation. Because today we have this camera phone where you can create a whole following with just this. You can create a whole audience with just this. And so that is what we need to do. And just keep snowballing, and be strategic about it. It's great that we have a team, right? We have a network. And when we expand this network, boom, these things are just going to keep snowballing for us. So, but it starts with this, and it starts with having the conversation. And I think we should do this weekly. Have this conversation whenever we get some time. We don't have to take too much time, maybe an hour out of the day. But, you know, maybe once a week we have this conversation.
It's an important one to have.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. With that said, we're going to be closing out. Does anybody else have any last thoughts?
Closing thought for me: congratulations to Eric July. You truly done something great that everyone should look at as such, and keep doing you, man. Again, congratulations for all you've accomplished. It truly is a feat.
Yeah. Isaiah?
Yeah, Eric, just keep your head up, keep pushing, just block it out. You know what I mean? You're doing something that is very, very astonishing, and not many people can say that they have done what you've done to the extent that you've done it. Keep doing it, keep growing, keep pushing, and, you know, Black Sands, you just gonna have to keep hating. That's all it is.
That's all.
Black people, we got to get it together. We got to get it together.
Have you guys watched the little Shark Tank thing?
I try. You know what? I don't watch TV anymore, man. I can't watch.
Well, I see it. It's on YouTube. I don't really watch TV like that neither.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it will come across. But it came across when I looked up the Ripperverse right now. So, you know, if this is the Black Sands dude, I can see why he mad.
Oh man.
Why? What's going on with it? Wait, whoa. What's going on with it? Did you go to his website?
Nah. I mean, he has good content. You know what I'm saying? The like his approach, from what I'm saying, I can't really hear the audio like that because I'm listening to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he just seems like he put in his work, you get me, and they put in their work as a team, and you know, because he didn't get the same recognition as Eric, I feel
Mm.
like, I don't know. He just got that. He gives me that energy of somebody who, would I guess look down on someone
You know what this vibe is?
because they probably they
I know what vibe you talking about. You talking about the vibe of like, hey, it's two of your brothers hanging out, right? And then there goes the fine ass chicken. You were the one who saw her first, and you're like, ooh, I want to get that. I want to get that. And you're like, oh, my homie smashed her first. So I'm a dirty mac this dude, because what he's basically doing is
exactly.
he's dirty macking.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is because Eric got to it first.
Shout out to Minister Jap. I learned that from him. So dirty
They're
mac.
mad because they didn't do it first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Full circle.
And he even said there, man, he's like, we could have worked something out. I would have boosted you up. I would have.
That
Bridge.
was not constructive.
They
Bri-
both could have.
Bridge
They both could have
burned.
won.
They
man.
both could have
It's
won.
like what they're following both together because they have they have structure in their business and all of that stuff. They're both successful, So if they would have came together, I'm looking at the artwork on here and also on Riververse, dude. If they would have came together, they could have created something brilliant.
They could have made it even bigger.
But
verse.
he messed it up before it could even. You get me? It can even go anywhere.
Yeah.
People, don't squander
And
your
and I know for a fact he's sitting there sick. I'm pretty sure he saw that video of Eric, the video we just watched. I know he's over there sick. Black fans over there like,
Well, this time we're like, nigga, what did I do?
Bro, that
he
was.
punching the walls.
Oh,
He's
man.
like punching air. You know what I'm saying?
It was
He's not
bro.
having it.
It's a massive, massive fumble of the ball, bro. He fumbled.
Facts.
Fumbled.
Oh, yeah.
How can you fumble a bag like that? A potential bag like that? I mean, come on. It's sad.
By being too prideful.
Pride
by
is the
being,
devil.
He
Yeah,
could have
exactly.
easily been like, oh, here goes the new DC. I'm gonna be his Marvel. He could have easily did that, but he just fumbled.
Mhm. Yeah.
They should collaborate together and been like a even collected verse between their two verses. But you know what? That will never happen now. Congratulations, you burned a bridge that you didn't need to burn.
Yeah, and see, now he's in the category of dusty pro-black, and I hate when brothers are put in that category because I'm somewhat pro-black, but I'm like, I hate when brothers like, it's like, and this is what I want to warn people of when it comes to like pro-black people or pro-black community. There's a lot of this in there. Like if you notice with a lot of the prominent personalities, there's always beef in between them, and for whatever reason, these big personalities can't get along. Like, is it about the community or is it about the you trying to help the community? Because it's like, it's the ego issue. It happens with artists. It happens with any type of leaders of anything. Yeah.
It does people dirty at the end of the day, and it always inhibits progress. Always.
Yeah.
Man.
I hate to see it, honestly.
Well. Yeah.
All I know is that boy over there talk about. Man, that's all I know.
He's behind the corner right now. Oh boy. You need some milk.
Because that's the sad thing. Have any of you heard of Black Sands Entertainment?
No.
No, I've never heard of him.
And now the only
Never
thing
heard of
you
him.
do know of him is from a negative.
It's negative.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how Eric July's entire fan base will now know him as. So congratulations, you have now shunned an entire potential market base. Oh,
Yep.
it makes me cringe. I don't know how he's feeling right now, but it makes me shiver.
Those could have been actual potential customers. You know what you owe him, Black Sands Entertainment, and I'm talking directly to you. You owe Eric July an apology on camera. You don't have to get on your knees. You don't have to grovel, but you need to make a video where you form a formal apology. You need to tweet him, man. I fucked up. I need, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. You could just be like, man, I was jealous. I fucked up. I admit it. I was jealous. And then, he might be willing to. Never mind. Let me not speak. I'm just saying.
We can't speak for him. We can't speak.
I
for
can't
him,
speak
but,
for him. I can't speak
you
for him.
know,
You want to see
the next step is the next step. I agree should be an apology because you went out of your way to try and bash this man's character and what his brand is, and you ended up failing. The even thought to even bring down someone else, no matter who they are. Nobody deserves to go through what you tried to put them through. You know what I mean?
And
So an apology is a necessity at this point.
right. And again, what our community has a very hard time doing is letting go of ego. And not
we've already seen his ego too. So,
we're coming from a place of wanting to see our community win. So it breaks our heart to see someone within the community like ruin opportunities for themselves.
Well,
so this is advice coming from a place of trying to help yourself.
Right. And check it out, because we kind of came from a same sort of point of view that Black Sands came from in terms of like trying to get money from organizations in order to fund our dreams. So I identify with that because with Centennial Impact Productions, like, I've had to take out loans and stuff like that just to like get the thing going, or tried to pitch our stuff to different networks and stuff and didn't work out. They didn't want our stuff. But is that going to stop us from doing what we're doing? No. But we've been there. But it can't be like, oh, because I didn't win, this dude's a coon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you call them a Sambo. Like, oh man. And that's the worst. Like, that's worse than being called the N-word. Because you're like a traitor at that point. You're like
right.
You're like the scum of the earth.
Man, if everybody in the world minded their own business, the world is such a better place.
That's true. Mind's their own business and have some level of empathy. Some level of empathy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick while we're talking about it. I'm going to show you
This
a
is what I mean.
little visualizer of what he was trying to say Eric July was doing. I want the audience to know what they were trying to say about him.
He's not stopping his feet to me.
But when I first time seeing this, I'm like, my man was drooling.
Oh my god. Alright.
Wow.
Hilarious. Alright, how do I stop this? Where'd I put it? Alright, there we go.
Stopping his feet.
Okay, let's stop this off the feed. That was hilarious.
Don't be
Shit.
clowns, yo.
Yeah, bro. For any of y'all who want to step out line and be successful, you might be a coon. You might be a Sambo. For you shines out there. Oh my god, that's terrible. That's terrible. But look, that's how disparaging the word is. He had the coon all in his brain, is what they're saying. It was all in his brain.
Copy. Let's show how it be.
Now, does Eric fit that description? I think not. I think not.
Nah.
No.
It's not independent entrepreneur trying to get his paper. I respect
No.
it. Well,
No.
I
He
guess.
would have helped, bro. Said for us right now. Repeat what you just said.
So, what's the name? What's I just forgot the dude's name. Black Sands Entertainment
Right.
has been saying, all of this stuff about all my people are black that surround me and stuff. But one of your founders is Caucasian male. Now I might have it wrong. Maybe he's something else, but he is a white male. Um,
Can I have
and
you? Can I have you share your
I
screen?
just
Can I have you share your screen?
I'm on my phone right now. I can kind of flip it, I guess you could say. I can
Okay,
just
yeah.
flip
Oh,
my
yeah.
camera.
Okay, yeah. Flip your camera. Flip your camera so
Yeah,
you
you
and
can see.
explain to us what you just said to me, because that blows my mind. Go a little bit closer. Go flip your camera long ways or sideways, so it's not portrait.
I can't. It won't let me flip the camera to
You
use
just
the
did.
rear one, so I gotta flip the whole phone.
Yeah, you just did.
All right,
That's
so
fine. Yeah.
so pretty much, right?
Go
This
up a
is
little
the
bit.
husband and
Go
wife
up a little bit.
duo.
Go up a little bit. Go up to the white dude. Yeah.
This is
Continue.
the husband and wife duo, and then here's another founder inside of the Black Sands Entertainment Company.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
If you scroll down, who owns Black Sands Entertainment? Manuel. I'm not sure. I think it's Giselle, and then it's the other guy here.
Very Googleable information, Mr. Pro Black.
Right, you're pushing this pro black, and you're pushing all of this other stuff, and you're not even following what you say.
Ooh, who's the Sambo?
I find that contradictory in yourself.
That's not hypocritical.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
In all honesty, we don't even know who's in the head of the company, social media, and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So it can be either one of those three that had said, okay, yes, you can post this, or it could have been one of themselves. You don't actually know who runs it. So that's another thing.
That seems like I think it seems like an emotional move, and I'm going to be kind of a misogynist right here in this perspective and say I think the woman did it. I think the wife did it.
I mean, look, I think of it this way. Men, we react off of emotion as well sometimes. You get me? We don't like to admit it, but that's the case. You get me? I don't want to go as far as, blaming the woman, but
it's giving me little man syndrome. That's why I think of the guy.
Yeah, it is giving me little man syndrome.
Okay.
I think that the husband
Go back to
the one who was behind it.
Go back to the picture of the husband. I want to see the picture of the husband. I want to see if he's an alpha looking type dude or if he's a beta type dude.
He's a beta.
Yeah,
he's a beta for sure.
He's got the belly. Yeah.
He's a beta.
He got them auntie arms. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Yep.
He kind of looks like the Black Pillsbury Doughboy.
Cooked.
He's fluffy. He's fluffy, guys.
And super mega hotep looking branding he's got there, right? Super hotep looking branding. Got the Egypt swag, like Black Sands, right? Could have been so dope.
Man.
Could have been so dope.
Lesson right there to everybody. Don't squander your opportunities. Don't burn bridges, especially ones that don't need to be burned.
Yeah. Do your research. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Do your research. Yeah. So, dang, man. All right, I'm glad we covered that. I just wanted to record that because you brought up a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't even see it until now. I was like, who owns it? Who actually owns it? What does this dude look like? And then that's when it actually, the video popped up. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
They have a Breakfast Club interview too.
Oh, word.
Well, then you know they really sold out. They're on the Breakfast Club. I was playing.
I'm not the biggest fan of Charlamagne, honestly.
It's a lot of dirt. There's a lot of dirt in between the cracks over there, man. That whole scene is like, there's this guy named Jason Whitlock. He calls them Negro Wranglers, and I agree, right? Whenever an election comes up and they need you to vote for like Joe Biden or something, they get you all pumped, and then here comes Joe Biden on Charlamagne's show, and he's like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And now you got a white guy telling you ain't black. Make that make sense to me.
couldn't.
Man.
I really couldn't.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I don't trust a lot of that. That's what I'm talking about with the legacy media type thing. Is like you'll have a Charlemagne, which is like, he tried to, his whole thing is to sanitize people who are like blood-soaked monsters, like Kamala and Joe Biden, like terrible track records. They say crazy stuff, but like, they need Negro wranglers. Shout out to Jason Whitlock. But, yeah. Anyhow, gotta close out. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank
It's
y'all
been
for
real.
hanging with us.
Most definitely.
Follow us at if you look at our channel in the about section, you can find the website there, centennialimpactproductions.com. If you want to find certified shooters online, for right now, you can check out his Instagram, which is
Certified shooters with 1_ at the end.
boom. All right, and then Alex, any ways to find you or keep in contact with you through these social spaces?
Hey, it'll come soon. For now, just give all your support to Centennial because that's me right there too.
There you go. And we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna close out on that note.
Y'all have a good night or morning, whatever.
Peace.